games. Whoop, let's go. Hursty games, and this how we do. Now it's time.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to our QPR Career Mode. Now, if you weren't in the stream to see this new setup, hi, welcome to a new setup. Hopefully it's okay. As you can see, I'm currently running the camera in the bottom left-hand corner, and that is purely because at the moment, when I'm playing the games, I'm facing this way, and so it doesn't really make sense for me to be up in that corner. So we're just trying it for this episode. If it looks a bit naff, then obviously let me know. But hopefully you guys are looking forward to today's episode. Today we have got plenty to get done. The first thing we have obviously is our FA Cup game up against Bristol City, which we will be simming that game. And then we have quite a busy month ahead of us in this January transfer window. Now, I'm not too sure how many games we're going to get through today. Obviously, we're definitely going to play against West Brom. Depending on how Coventry are doing and how we're playing, we might end up simming the Coventry game. And depending on transfers and ins and outs and happenings that are going on, it might be that we don't end up getting to Reading just yet. But if we can get to Reading today, then hopefully we will. Because I'd like to get through the season, obviously, as well as we can. And then if we're out the January transfer window, you can see we have a very, very busy February and plenty to get done. So the sort of first thing that I'm thinking about really is sort of working out the McCallum situation. Now, I had some good suggestions about potentially trying to loan him back and just make sure that I play him enough. The other option, honestly, is just kind of waiting to see what happens with Gray, because obviously Gray is transfer listed after us buying him because apparently he's miffed at his contract. Apparently that is something that is an issue, trying to, or you can now sign them when they've got, X amount of time left, but the issue you have is they treat it like they've not been given a contract, and therefore they get really naff with you, even though you have just given them a contract, as they're now signed with you. So it's a bit frustrating, but there's not loads I can do about it. All that we can really do is wait for Gray now to sell and then work on either bringing a new striker in or maybe recalling Kelman. So Kelman's not the highest rated, so Kelman would definitely not have as much game time as Gray has been getting, but he would be a very good option as somebody to rotate in and get that rating up. So we'll consider that, but we're going to wait and see what happens with Gray first. I am going to go ahead and scout a couple of strikers and show you guys who it is I'm thinking of, but yeah, we definitely won't be signing anyone until the Gray situation is sorted. Okay, so I said I'm waiting for offers for Gray, and of course that means we get an offer for Lyndon Dykes instead. Now, you guys hopefully will know that Lyndon Dykes is going nowhere. Like, literally, I could be offered £10 million a season, and Dykes is not being sold. So I'm going to definitely be rejecting that one. And yeah, I'm basically just hoping that people come in for the players I'm actually trying to sell, because we need a little bit of coin. We need some money to be able to actually potentially pick some players up, because right now, £3 million's not bad, but I don't really want to spend that unless we have just a little bit more. And as I said to you guys, I like trying to keep a level of realism, and FFP is something I do try and somewhat abide with. So yeah, we need people to sell before we can really start to pick anyone up. But Dykes is not one of those players. Also, apologies if you keep seeing this, which is my microphone moving about. I'm still working out the best place for it while I'm filming at this angle, so apologies if that's just sort of hopping all over the place. So we have been offered another player for Lyndon, which again is going to be a no, even though that guy actually doesn't look terrible. But again, Dykes is not going anywhere. Even if that guy looks like he could be a good young talent, Lyndon Dykes is still better. But Ramkild has sold, so that's good. We were trying to get rid of Ramkild. Kind of a bit of a forgotten man at QPR. Maybe not by fans. I think a lot of people jokingly talk about Ramkild quite a bit, but he's just never really featured. I don't really know what's gone on with Ramkild, but he's gone. I think he's gone to, I think that might be a team in Denmark. I'm not sure. Regardless, he's sold. Okay, so you can see I have got this team ready for our game to simulate against Bristol Rovers. As I normally say, I can jump in if I would like to, but a little bit of rotation. So Dieng in goal, Hamer and Device both coming in, Dickey and Kake finishing off the back four, Johansson and Field, then Coles at left cam, Willock at right cam, Charlie Austin and Gray up top. Just to rotate and rest a couple of players, because basically, again, we're playing against a team in a lower division. It'll be nice if we can get away with a little bit of rotation and not having to start our strongest 11. So, obviously, it's still a very strong side. I'm not going to act like this isn't still a good team, but I'm just optimistic that hopefully we can come away from this game with, just hopefully a relatively easy pass into the next round. So, what I'll do is I will do what I do normally, which is jump into just watching along with this, and I'll show you guys any highlights that pop up in the game. See you in a mo. Oh, that's the first real chance of the game there. Not a bad effort, but a very good save. It does lead to a corner. Can we rotate anything from Oh, Charlie couldn't get out of his feet. But that's the best chance of the game so far. Well, we go 1-0 down. Collins with the first goal of the game. And I'm not going to say, oh, it's massively against the run of play, because not really much has happened. But that's quite annoying, I won't lie. Oh, we do get back into it. I'm not going to lie to you. The way that sort of bounced, I thought that had, like, hit the bar and gone over or landed on the top of the net. But Charlie did score that. So, you know what? We will take it. 1-1. Half time. And as you can see, it's been not a massively... It's a relatively even game. There's not been too much in it. Not many chances. They've only had the one which they did score. We've only had a handful ourselves anyway. I feel like I want to change something. I'm going to take Johansson off. He's had a good game by the looks of things, but I'm going to take him off and just bring on, Dozzle, who's a similar player, but just to give Johansson a little bit of a rest. I kind of also want to bring on Adoma and rest Willock, but Willock is getting a little bit miffed at his lack of game time, so I'm trying to sort of tick a lot of boxes here. I'm going to bring on Adebayo at right back. Again, rest Ozzy because Ozzy is our starting right back in this. But also, Adebayo again wants game time too. So, again, we'll do like we did in the first half. I'll jump in with highlights. But let's just hopefully not do that and give them plenty of chances. Let's just try and take this game on a little bit now. Okay, so it's about 70 minutes gone. I am going to make that last change. And it is going to be Willock off for Albert Adoma. Again, just because... I want to rotate a little bit, and I'd like to play Willock in the next league game, against West Brom. We have still got a week, so it's not like it's right there, but it would be nice to still have, my full 11 that I'd like to play fully fit for that game. So hopefully the boys can see it out. We need to get a second goal. What I'm actually going to do, I was going to jump in. I'm not going to jump in. I'll let the boys do their thing. I'll leave you there. We've got 10 minutes left. Oh, we could have got the winner there right at the end. But it's a very, very good save, it has to be said. That could have been the deciding goal if we'd just found the back of the net there. I can't remember if it was Charlie or if it was Gray. But they didn't find the back of the net, which is a shame. But it is going to be 1-1 full time, which sucks, stinks. But it probably means a replay, doesn't it? Ah, it's annoying. We didn't need more game time. Okay, so actually we do get two pretty helpful... emails here. First of all, Jimmy Dunn on loan is fantastic. I love Jimmy Dunn in real life. I think he's a decent little player, but in this save, he's just not even getting onto the bench right now, and I'd rather him go out on loan, get some game time, and actually, progress and improve, and hopefully Hoffenheim can be a place he can do that. So a short loan to the end of the season, absolutely fine with me. Jimmy Dunn hopefully does make that move. And then Don Ball, who we did actually transfer list, and hopefully we can get a little bit of money here. I'm going to ask for 2 and 1.75 as a minimum. But if we can get that for Dunball, I'll be pretty happy with that, because that will improve our sort of money that we have to spend just a little bit. And again, it just gives us more money to potentially bring in a January signing here, which would be nice to do. It's not the end of the world, but I just feel like we're still missing a puzzle piece here. I don't think this team is fully with it yet. I think something's not quite right. We're going to work out what that is, though. Okay, they've come back and they're willing to pay 1.8 for Dunball, which is great. So hopefully this does go through. I know that there's a lot of issues with, especially when you sell a player abroad, it seems to just not happen as much. But, Dunball, Spain, it's nice. It's a nice place to go. It's sunny. It's warm. You'll enjoy it, lad. Okay, our cup replay has appeared immediately. So what we're going to do is I'm going to quick sim this one. Again, you can see another little bit of rotation. Hamer, Device, Dickey, and Odebashi are back four again in front of Supuseni. Dozo and Amos in the middle. Chair, Willock, Austin, and Gray. So a little bit of rotation, but it's happened 3 days afterwards. So our game prep now for West Brom has been halved. And obviously, we have a few players that wouldn't have recovered fully from this. So we are going to quick sim this one. This is the return leg. And the final score is, please don't be out, 3-2. God, we made it difficult for ourselves. But Dozzle with a nice early goal. They got a goal with Nicholson. And then Collins, they did take the lead. And then Gray got one back with Willock getting one nice and near the end. So we'll take that. Again, obviously, we did see it through. But some tired old players, boys. It's not what we needed. Okay, an offer in here for Dylan Barnes. Now, I don't think we're going to be using Dylan Barnes, and I think at some point we will have a youth keeper come through our ranks, because youth keepers are always good to get because they can go up quite quickly, they can go up quite well, quite nicely. So Dylan Barnes, I am going to accept this. It's just over $500,000 from Blackpool. I think it's a good offer. I'll take it. Okay, just want to confirm, Jimmy Dunn has gone out on loan to Hoffenheim. As I said before, I'm very happy with this. Hopefully he gets some game time under his belt, and hopefully his ratings and obviously will improve, because he's just not getting the game time here, and I'd much rather him get a chance of actually getting some game time. Hopefully this is a really good deal for Dunn, and hopefully he comes back and even better for it. On offer for Ilias Chair, it's just not going to happen, Braga. He's not going anywhere, boys. So yeah, that's a no from me. We will be keeping hold of Ilias. Simple, full stop. Okay, 2 bits of info very quickly. Barnes has sold. 350,000 is what we get back from the £520,000 deal. And Ball has also gone 1.8, and we get 1.3 mils worth of that. So we have gained a little bit of money over the last couple of days. So I have got an idea of something I'd like to try and do. Fingers crossed it pays off. Fingers crossed we can do it. We'll work it out. But we have a very important game up first. The West Brom game will take priority. Then we'll look at our potential options. I just think it makes sense because we're on match day. So match day, we'll sort that. Then we'll work out what we're doing with this money. Okay, so you can see the lineup we've gone for today against a very tough West Brom side. We have gone with Seni, Odebaggio, Barbe, Dickey and Ozzy. We've got Johansson and Amos. Coles on the left, Willock on the right, and then Dykes and Gray. Ilias Chair is absolutely knackered. So Ilias Chair will be completely missing out of this game. He's not even on the bench. He's replaced by Field on the bench. Obviously a bit more of a defensive option. So we'll have Albert Adoma as our sort of cam bench option. One thing I was asked to do was change Coles' boots because he's rocking a pair of Argos boots right now. And I will make that change, but I forgot to do it before this game. So I will do it after this game. And if I forget and I don't end up doing it this episode, feel free to just put it again in the comments, and I will do it before I start the next one, so apologies. But let's get into this game. It's going to be a tough one. Under the lights at Kyle Prince, and hopefully 3 points. There's 2 playoff teams as it stands right now. West Brom in 3rd, and we are currently sat in 5th. This will be a huge game for us to pick up some decent points from. Lyndon Dykes obviously being our main man, and hopefully our goal scorer today. But here we go. I'm assuming it's going to be a packed out stadium. I mean, in career modes, it pretty much always is anyway. Wait, who was that had a tifo? There was a QPR tifo there, and I need to see who that is. That was 100% a QPR tifo. It better show me. There's a Johan Barbe tifo in this game? Excuse me? Am I the only person who... Did I not know this? Did everyone else know this? Is it just me that was unaware of that? I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words here. I'm absolutely lost for words. Regardless, a Johan Barbe tifo, I'm all about it, boys. Cognoirs, let's pick up 3 points. Let's go. All here to Linden. And let it back here to Amos, who's going to try and find Linden again. He does. He's got a man on him, but he's going to take the shot. You know what? We'll take the corner there. I maybe could have tried to play in Coles, but it would have been a tricky one to try and get. But we are going to whip this one in there. We're going to aim. We've got quite a few players up there with a bit of height to them. Johansson's a man to win it, but he does head it wide. Not a bad start, boys. It's a good start. Got to keep it up, though. Coles has done really well to win a ball here. Going to play it to Dyson. He's going to get it back now. Coles sees Gray run through. Gray with a nice run. Linden isn't going to quite get there to support him, but Gray goes by himself and does drag the shot wide. We've started really positively here. We're getting forward well. We're making chances. We're making attacks, but we haven't found the back of the net yet. We do need to change that because West Brom... They're no mugs. And in this career mode as well, they have got the best away record in the league. So we can't waste chances too often. West Brom bringing the ball forward here. Got to be careful because they don't really attack in that many numbers. But they make some nice space for themselves. Oh, Rob Dickey's giving it away. Hugel closed him down. And then thankfully Hugel has powered it over. But they make nice space for themselves. That's something that's proving relatively evident. There are some teams that we just get flooded by. We're not necessarily getting flooded by West Brom here. But... they're just knocking the ball around really nicely and finding space for each other, which is very difficult to play against. We've got the ball out wide here with Willock. Into Linden. It goes just over him, which is a shame. But again, we're getting the ball forward well. We just need to make the most of the amount of chances we're having. That's what we need to do. Amos wins the ball in a fantastic spot there. Chris Willock now. Can we get this ball into the box? Plays it along the floor to Amos. Up to Linden, who I wanted it to Gray. Linden was offside. I wanted that ball all the way across to Gray when he's played it to Linden there. As I turned up here, I want that straight to Gray. I wasn't even looking at Linden. Sadly, Linden was offside. Gray. Good first touch there to lay it off to Lyndon Dykes. Linden, he's through 1-on-1. Oh, the defender doesn't quite get to him, but that is an incredible save there from Johnson. That really is one hell of a save, and Linden rotates it well. We get it back here. Going to play it to Coles, who is on the side. Coles, another great save from Johnson. Mate, what a keeper. Honestly, one of the best keepers in the league. The fact that he's stuck with them in the championship speaks absolute wonders of Johnson. I think he's a hell of a player. And mate, what a save that is as well. Oh, here with Willock. He's got a little bit of space ahead of him. He's not quite going to be able to go. Oh, is he actually going to be able to go himself? I don't think he is. He's going to play it across to Gray. And Gray with the sweaty goal. We are going to find the back of the net. It is going to be 1-0. And that's a really, really good goal to get. Because we definitely deserved that. I think we've played really well. They had that one chance that Hugel did power over the bar. I have to say, I think we've played well enough to be in the lead right now. Johnson has made a great couple of saves. We've had a couple of chances go just wide. For me, that's a justified goal. It's 1-0 just before the break, which is fantastic. I'm very happy with that, boys. 1-0, all about it. They got a chance here just before half-time. They try and bring it in. Dickey's going to get there really, really well. Does fantastically. Willock is going to do really well as well to win that 50-50. Take the ball away. And that is going to be half-time. Very happy with this game so far. I have to say, I think we've played well. We've defended pretty well, apart from the one chance that we did give away to them. But thankfully, we didn't give them the best of chances, and Hugel wasn't able to make the most of it. Dykes has been really, really good this game. He's got definitely heavily involved up front, which is great to see. It's gutting for me that Gray is the man that scored the goal, and that's purely because Gray is probably not going to be here for very long because of, obviously, what has happened. It does absolutely suck, and it's a real frustrating situation for me. We are going to take off Captain Tifo himself and bring on Jordy Device. And at some point, I would like to bring on Albert Adoma and maybe Field. But now's not that time. For now, we stick with what we've got. But I'm going to bring on Jordy. He's a little bit frustrated that he's not playing that often. I want to get him back into being in good spirits, especially now that we don't have Jimmy Dunn. I just want to make sure that we have, we have got some fresh legs and a good bit of rotation if we need it. So all about that. Very happy with the first half. Hopefully, more of the same in the second. And you know what? This is a fantastic start to the second half here. Gray can't quite get ahead of his man. Fair play to him because Gray is not a slow player. So he's done really well to catch up to him there. That could have been a really, really good start to the second half. Sadly, didn't quite pan out that way. So we'll crack on. Let's go, boys. Amos bursting down this wing here. Willock sort of sitting back just a little bit. But Amos now going to put this ball in there to Coles at the back post, who can't quite win the header. But not a bad bit of play there from Ricky Amos. A good run as well forward. Willock is trying to get involved and win that. Doesn't quite do it. But I have to say, we're playing some nice football right now, boys. We are playing some decent football. And we're looking good. West Brom bring this ball forward. They've maybe slightly overplayed it. They have. It allowed Ozzy just to step in and get that ball away. And now, Chrissy Willock with the space down this side here. Chrissy Willock is going to bring it forward. I'm not going to sweat this. Chris Willock. Oh, I was going to say finds the back of the net. What he's done is he found a way to mug me off as he smashed it wide of the post. How close was that? Oh, that was inches away, boys. Inches away. We are going to make those changes now. We're going to bring on Charlie. Actually, are we going to bring on Charlie? No, we're not. We're not going to bring on Charlie Austin. I'm going to rest Willock. We're going to bring on Uncle Albert. And we're going to rest Johansson and we're going to bring on Sammy Field. So that's going to be our rotation. Those are going to be our changes. A little bit more defensive in the middle of the park. Fresh legs. Obviously, Field is a bit more of a out-and-out DM than Johansson is anyway. Whereas Johansson obviously offers a bit more in regards to creativity. And obviously, Albert Adoma, just fresh legs. And also, we're getting space down that right-hand side. So, who knows? Fresh legs on that right-hand side. Uncle Albert getting down there. Sounds good to me. Oh, here we go. Amos sets away Uncle Albert. It's not the best of first touches, but this is exactly what I was talking about. He's not really sprinting, which is really weird, but Uncle Albert finds the back of the net. Talking of super subs, great bit of play to break it up in the middle of the park, and as soon as we set this man away, in real life, he's absolutely flying, and you know what? He's doing pretty good in the save as well. Things you love to see. Very, very happy indeed for Mr. Albert Adoma. Absolutely chuffed, honestly, that he's found the back of the net. And got himself a goal. It's great to see. Uncle Albert, I'm a big fan of his. And it's Johnson's maybe had a bit of a stinker there, but 2-0 against West Brom. I will take that all day, every day. Got to be careful here as they've played the ball forward really nicely. But Moses has had a really good game today. I have to say, both fullbacks have been really, really good. But Moses Odebaggio has had a blinder. I think he is onside there. Bit of a weird pass, but we're going to get that away. Jesus, that was a weird one. But I have to say, as I said, Moses Odebaggio here today has had a very, very good game. And hold on a second here. Sammy Field, I talked about him not having quite the same creativity as Johansson. And you know what? I was going to say, he's set away Albert Adoma. I've nearly managed to turn the man, but it hasn't quite worked out. We're going to whip this ball into Lyndon Dykes. Gets his head on it, but Coles is just going to put it straight back in there. And it's a bit wasted, but 5 minutes to go. 2-0. Honestly, clean sheet now. Clean sheet's the focus. We say clean sheet, and Lyndon Dykes is through on goal. He's going to be unselfish here. Plays it to Uncle Albert, and Uncle Albert has come on and has, in fact, scored a brace. He's going to bring the salsa back, boys. He's bringing it back in style. Uncle Albert, you beast, you king of kings. It's 2-0. 2-0, sorry. It's 3-0, and it's 2 for Uncle Albert. Absolutely things you'd love to see. Just a simple tap-in. Judson sent the wrong way. What more can you say? What more can you say? Unbelievable stuff, boys. 3-0, and I'm all about it. Well, there you have it. That is full time, and it is going to be a 3-0 win for QPR. Huge 3 points there, as I said, up against another promotion fighting team. A team in the playoffs. It's great to see, honestly. I'm really, really happy with that. Really good result, and it sets us up for another couple of games that we've got coming up that hopefully we can come away with more points from. I think today, I have to say, Uncle Albert came on and was phenomenal. Luke Amos was fantastic in the middle of the park. I mentioned before that Moses Odebaggio had a good game, but for me, Luke Amos, man of the match. I know that Adoma came on and got 2, was obviously crucial, but Luke Amos was unbelievable. Love to see it. Huge result, boys. Huge result. Okay, that win does see us into 4th place, which obviously is fantastic. It takes us ahead of West Brom on goal difference. Obviously, Nottingham Forest also on the same points as us, but we are also ahead of them on goal difference as well. It's such a close league right now. Like, literally, me slipping up can take me to 7th if results go against me. So right now, our main focus, honestly, is just getting into a streak of games, trying to catch Bournemouth, and then trying to do our best to catch up with Reading. Reading and Fulham both still flying high. Fulham still unbeaten, which is an incredible stat. That is very, very impressive. So what we have to do is really, really focus on this Coventry game we got coming up, and then the Reading game could be huge. The Reading game could be absolutely huge. It's a chance for us to just gain those points on them. That's a real 6-pointer for a team trying to push up for automatics if we can get there. But first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little look at our options with the money that we have. So right now, with the sales we've made, we have now just got short of 50. That's definitely 5 million. 50 million would be a slightly different story, but we've got 5 million and about 30 grand wages. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to offer Gray plus money for a player. I think realistically, it's the best shot we have with dealing with the Gray situation, because my manager rating is going to just plummet while that situation's going on. So I think I'm going to offer Gray and some money for a player. I haven't fully worked out who yet. That's the only thing I've got to work out. So I'm going to go and have a little scout, going to look at a couple of players, and we'll work it out from there. Obviously, I'll let you guys know when I've decided. But yeah, I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I have got a few players that I've added to my list here and players that I'm going to be looking at. So first of all, we do have Gelhardt. Now, Gelhardt, I'm probably saying that wrong, is at Leeds and is a decent little player. Now, the only issue I'm going to have with Gelhardt, honestly, is that Gray will be going off to a Premier League side, and do I necessarily think that Leeds would want or need Gray? There's a high chance that they just won't be interested in Gray, which it will be a problem for us. Now, we also have Akinola, but I think he signed at the start of this season, so he might be a difficult player to sign, but I think he looks a decent little player. Daryl Dike is a player that I'm fairly sure we were linked with at one point at QPR. I might be slightly wrong there. Hell of a little player. I really like Daryl Dike. I think he is a good little baller. Then we've got Matthew Hopp. He's got an expensive release clause, so I'm a little bit worried about him. And Dane Scarlett. The other issue I've got with Dane Scarlett is, again, I think it's going to be a similar situation to the issue with Leeds. They don't need Gray, and it would be a weird thing even if they did say yes to it. So as much as I like the idea of Dane Scarlett, I don't think this is the right time to buy him, because obviously offering Gray as part of that deal. I've also scouted Goncalo Ramos. He is normally at Benfica, I think it is, which is why I looked at him initially, because he obviously we've bought a few players from Benfica and we've had dealings with Benfica in the past. And it's frustrating he's gone to Liverpool. I think this for me would be the perfect signing. This is the person that I'd really, really like to sign. I think his price is going to be a little bit much, and I think his wages now is at Liverpool are going to be expensive. I'll wait to see what I get back from him on the scout report. I can't remember how long we have until he is done. But I think he's the player that I'm like the most excited for, if it was a possibility. And it's going to take 18 days. Now, in regards to how far through this month we are, I don't think we're going to hear back in time. We won't have a full report on him before this runs out. So it looks like we might have to make a deal on or around deadline day to really be able to consider those deals. So we'll carry on. We'll see what's going on, and we'll work it out. Okay, we've been offered some decent money here for Nico Hamalainen. 2.25 is not bad at all. I'm going to ask for 2.75, with at least 2.4 being the minimum I would accept. And that's just to try and encourage that up a little bit. I'm not expecting 2.75, but if you start there, they'll hopefully negotiate into the middle a little bit. 2.4 would be fantastic. So another potential little bit of money there for Hamalainen, which would be great. Okay, up next we have our game against Coventry. As I said, I am going to watch sim this game. That's purely because if I can get to the Reading game, then I will. But what we'll do is I'm not going to sign the striker today. What I'll do is at the end of today's episode, I will show you guys what's going on with the players that we scouted. And you guys can, in the comment section, help me make that decision, because I'm a little bit stuck. I'm a little bit struggling. But I'll show you guys, obviously, the most information I can access from those scout reports before we confirm anything. So regardless, let's get into this sim. Again, I'll show you guys the highlights. Let's hope for a good game. These guys are in 19th. We are in 4th. If I need to jump in, I will. Enough said. I'm going to shut up. Let's watch some highlights. Oh, what a goal that is from Ilias Chair. Just taking that shot from range and found the back of the net. Lovely, lovely stuff from our man Ilias, the Moroccan magician. Lovely, lovely stuff. 1-0, great start. And what a goal as well. Oh, it's an effort off the bar there. Not a bad chance there at all from Charlie Austin. Nice bit of play. Willock kind of was dicking about with the ball for quite a while out wide there. And eventually got it in, and it was a nice bit of play, but Charlie just hitting the bar and it not quite working out for us. But you can see it's been a relatively even game. The chances from Coventry were a little bit naff. They weren't particularly impressive chances. There were shots from range and stuff like that. It wasn't really anything to highlight. But I have to say, I think we're playing some good football right now. I think the boys are playing well. I think Uncle Albert 100% deserves to come in after the last game. There's no way he's not going to get game time in this one. So he's definitely going to come on at the break. And I think also we'll bring on Dozzle. I think, again, a bit of rotation. Keep players fit. Keep your Hansen fit. And throw my controller on the floor apparently nearly. And yeah, I think, you know what? We're looking good for it. Second half, hopefully a few more highlights to show you, because there wasn't too much to really show in that first half. But hopefully we still see this out. If I need to jump in, obviously I will. Hopefully we don't have to. Oh, Albert Adoma through one-on-one, and he's not made the most of that chance. I won't lie to you. I thought he was just going to sweat it across. I thought there was going to be somebody running up, and the AI would see that run. But obviously the AI plays it slightly differently. Sadly, it didn't work out. Oh, not a bad chance there at all from Coventry. I didn't see the player that took the shot, but I think Senny ended up pushing it over or wide. But that's probably the best chance they've had all game. And you know what? They follow up with another very good chance, and it's another save had to be made there from Senny. I am actually just going to get a change ready here. I think what I'll do is I'll take off Charlie, and I think I'm going to play Coles up front. I know he's going to be off chem. Like, I know he's not going to be in the... he's not going to have a plus or anything like that. But just bring him on, get him a little bit of game time, because he's getting obviously a little bit upset with his game time. And that's purely down to the fact that he's not playing all that frequently. And that's because he's not been playing that good in game, whereas Willock and Chair have both been performing fantastically. Even Uncle Albert's coming on and doing... Well, I say even Uncle Albert. best player in the world. But he's been coming on and absolutely performing, and he's considerably lower rated. Oh, it's another save from Seny Dieng. 10 minutes to go, and boy, are we making it stressful for ourselves here. But hopefully we hold on. Oh, boys, with 3 minutes to go, Karanga finds the back of the net. You know what? It's only 3 minutes. We're going to jump in. I'm just going to go all out attack on this. I'm just going to attack as if 3 points depend on it. Because you know what? They bloody well do, boys. They bloody well do. Let's see if we can maybe try and just bring this forward. No, I can't. Ah, it's frustrating. That's really, really frustrating that, again, okay, for breaking the fourth wall here. QPR played against Nottingham Forest yesterday, and we conceded a late bloody goal to go from 3 points to 1. And I've got a sinking feeling right now because the same thing just happened there against Coventry. But it wasn't me that did it. It was the AI's fault, not mine on that occasion. But you could argue maybe I should have played it. I'm trying to get through the series. I apologise. But that's a frustrating one to take. That is a very frustrating one to take. We drop the points. We only pick up 1. It's frustrating. Okay, I do actually get a couple of reports back immediately. So Akinola is at 67 rating right now. So he's not amazing, but he's not a bad little player. I also was scouting this guy. Now, he looks half decent. His shooting's a tad low, but we could potentially turn him into a striker. He would have about 84 pace. So he would be a quick option. But he could be an option. We could convert this guy into a striker. And I think he'd be good for us. So he's somebody to consider for sure. So him and Akinola both scouted. And then Ngakia was a right back I was looking at, but I don't think we need to sort that situation at the moment. I think the McCallum situation will kind of work itself out just a little bit. But yeah, personally, I think these two could be a shout, especially Balakwisha is how I'm going to say that. I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm probably not going to play this next game because we have now been thrown the Accrington Stanley game as well. What I'm going to very quickly do is jump to that date. We're not going to play that game right now. We'll come to that for the next episode, I think. We'll start off next episode by simming that game. We have got... So, okay, 2 players pissed off me that I... Okay, wait, hold on. I've got to be honest. Oh, okay, that's fine. You're doing great, Lyndon. I need you to stay fit, Stefan. Hammerlinen, 2.75. You know what? We'll take that. 100%. And he's going... I've only just noticed... He's going back to New York City. How did I not recognise that when that deal happened? How did I not pay attention to that? That's fantastic news. We're going to get probably about 2.4 million from that. So that's going to up our money. My lighting today, can the sun decide what it wants to do? Hopefully that looks better. Apologies for the rant. But the sun today is being annoying. But let's have a little look at the players that we have scouted or that we are scouting and see what we've got back from them. The most I think we're going to see is going to start to see values in these players here. So we still don't have values for these guys. That's frustrating. Huh. Okay, right. I've made an executive decision in my head in that split second. I'm going to simulate this game against Accrington Stanley real quick so that we can go forward and see what's happening and work out what we kind of want to do, you know, what we kind of want to try and... I'm in a real, like, tricky spot right now. I can't decide on who I want to sign, and I want your guys' opinions on it. We're going to quick sim this game in the FA Cup against Accrington Stanley. Obviously, you guys saw the team that I was doing there as I was making it. Hopefully, it's good enough to see us through. It's another draw. It's going to be another replay. We are playing far too many games right now. We have got far too many games on our plate. And up against Reading, the last thing we needed was an... Oh, man. Okay, well, I know you don't like being subbed, Coles, but I didn't actually do that. So, get off my case, boy. I'm going to go forward to the 28th real quick. We're not doing the Reading game today. I'm going to save the Reading game for the next episode because I've already been filming for well over an hour. Coles has been transfer offered... or been sent a check for £35 million from Genk. Excuse you? I mean, we're saying no because Isaac Coles, I think, has a place. I need to sort those boots out. I still haven't done that. Has a place in this club and is not going anywhere. And Uncle Albert as well is going nowhere. I know that we were talking about potentially selling him at one point, but he's been so good for us. Hammerline's gone. We got 2 million, not 2.4 that I guessed previously. So we get 2 million back for him. Again, we're going to have a quick look in our transfer hub and just see if we've been told anything else. Okay, Daryl Dykes worth 3.1. Matthew Hopp's worth 3.6. Dane Scarlett's 1.9. Ramos is worth 9. I think we kind of have to rule out Ramos. I don't think we can make that deal work because I don't think Liverpool are going to be interested in Gray, and I don't really blame them for that because their players will exceed that. So I'm not too surprised if the Ramos one isn't really a popular one with you guys. Scarlett, I'm kind of also not the hugest fan of. I would like to sign Scarlett at some point, but by the looks of things, no one's coming in to buy Gray. So I don't think offering Gray for a swap with Scarlett is necessarily realistic, so I'm not too fussed about that one. But Hop, Daryl Dike, Akinola, and Geldhart, I think are things we could consider. I would really be interested to know your guys' thoughts in the comments. I think Geldhart would be interesting. I think Dyke's a good little player, and I wouldn't say no to picking up Dyke. Same with Hop. Akinola, I think, is just going to be a not as good option as Geldhart. I think, you're looking at similar prices for them both, but Geldhart is younger and one higher rated. So I'm going to say, let me know in the comments, would you guys go for Geldhart? Would you go for Daryl Dike, Matthew Hop, Balak Visha, or Visha, however it's said, or would you try Ramos? Realistically, if I was to pick if I was to pick down to 2, I think I'd go with Balak Visha and probably Hop. Actually, no. I think I'd go Daryl Dike, Geldhart, or Balak Visha if I went down to 3. That would be my choice. But I'm still stuck between those 3. Let me know in the comment section who you guys would go for. Thank you for watching this. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If you are enjoying this series, then please leave a like on this video. It supports me, the video, and the series out a whole bunch. Hit that sub button if you're new as well, and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. If you want to catch us on our live streams, Hursty Games over on Twitch, link is in the description. While you're down there, check out the links to our channel sponsors of M21 and Real Footy Prints. Code Hursty will get you a discount at both. For now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands, guys. In a bit. His name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, we'll say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty Games, yeah, you already know.